All right, so I cannot understand what the right wing's, honestly, their obsession with seeing people's genitals. it's like, you gotta, thank you. And now I have interacted with men for decades now, and I would say that upwards of 95, 96% of them have managed to not show me their genitals, and I didn't want to see them. Yeah, I know, right? And I still managed to tell they were men, somehow. Probably by their otherwise boorish behavior. I'm teasing, obviously. But I just wanted to start tonight by, so I had an interesting experience the other night being introduced in All Variety Open Mic as humorous poetry. And there were some drunk folks who didn't hear either of those words and then spent the entire, first, I was telling a poem where I was claiming that, recounted my childhood tragedy is very absurd. And they start yelling, if that's what you think is suffering, we don't care. We don't care. And then they start having a conversation right in front of me about, is she joking? Is she kidding? Is she pretending to be mad at us? I think she's pretending to be mad at us. And then eventually they got on board and they were all having fun by the end. But, so I think probably what I do is, it's poetry, but today I'm going to do more sort of a comedy set. And how many people here are familiar anyway with improv comedy? Yeah. Just here and there? All right. So I like to think of improv in kind of three different ways. Like most people think of it as those shows, or whose line is it anyway? You get prompts, right? And you, as a pair or alone or a group, you act something out, right? And there are usually pop culture prompts like movies, or it would often include movies and all kinds of films and that sort of thing. I would kind of think improv extends into any sort of improvisation that people do on stage. And then thirdly, I would think of it as part of writing in the sense that you can improvise a bit and then expand on it as a writer. So the other day I improvised this, and I'm going to go ahead and do this bit for you. I just wanted to at least make sure we're all on the same page about what improv is, though, because that could be an issue. All right. So I want to shout out Matt Cook, who's a very funny comedian in the Columbus area here. Very funny man. He's funny. Okay, but one thing I really appreciate about Matt, though, is that he does roast me with class and with actual comedy. A lot of times I get folks who just say, they look at me and they say, Napoleon Dynamite. And I'm like, wow, is that the last white person you saw with curly hair? Maybe 20 years ago. I feel like that's like a memory that got triggered in their brain. But is it comedy? Is it comedy? I get a lot also, Ilka, a young Jewish boy. I mean, everyone has noticed I have small tits and a hair short, right? I mean, we put this one together in our own brains already. We don't need your help. That's to me, is it comedy? Is it comedy? See, here's the thing. I don't think that's a particularly inspired observation, but okay. If you want to make a funny out of it, why don't you do something like this? Oh, little boy! You kind of crouch down. Oh, little boy! Do we need to find someone to help you find your bar mitzvah party? Do you get lost? Oh goodness, it's Ailika, our next comedian. Welcome, Ailika. You could do that. Then we made a little funny out of it, right? But that would arguably be comedy. But Matt writes or he improvises, and he does actually roast me with some comedy. And I appreciate that about Matt. But recently, Matt said something that kind of disturbed me. He said, well, I mean, I know he's trying to roast me, but I have these free dictator stickers, right? And he says, you scan the QR code, which does take you to a short film of the same name by my friend here. It is dark. The rest of the films on there are funny. Anyway, he says, it takes you to a website called Lemon Party. And then he starts going, Ailika doesn't know what Lemon Party is. What's Lemon Party? Google Lemon Party, Ailika. Google Lemon Party. Google Lemon Party. And I lost my water. Oh, no, I'm sorry. This will come up later in the bit. Google Lemon Party. Google Lemon Party, he said. Like, I don't know what it means. I know what it means, Matt! The question is, how do you know what it means? How do you know? Did you call the Barter Theater Acting Program in Abingdon, Virginia, and find out about my past? Find out about the 6 years I spent acting here? Did you call them up? That's right, I've been hiding a dark and shameful secret from the entire comedy community. And I told them that I was an academic and I didn't have any background in comedy. Because I feel like it was so long ago, why does it matter? Oh God. But the truth, Matt's found the truth and he's trying to reveal it. So you can't blackmail me if I tell him, Matt. You can't blackmail me if I tell him. It's true. I'm the only one in an 800-mile radius of Chicago who was bullied by the sports ball kids and by the improv kid. It was picked for every sports team and every improv team. I know, thank you. Yeah, I know. Me and Luis in Nicaragua and the fellow down in Bolivia, whose name is escaping me right now, we have a support group. Both the other people in the Americas, I have a support group with them about this, yeah. Very hard. And they knew I lived in Honduras when I was a kid, and that was part of the problem, right? So they'd say, lemon party, lemon party. Ailica grew up without a TV. Now all we have are lemon parties. Those yellow popsicles taste like chemical slurry. They wouldn't let you pitch a popsicle if you lost the improv game. Sorry, it's really hard. Those yellow popsicles taste like chemical slurry. But when Ailica's on your improv team, that's what you get. And you get it in a hurry. That's what they said. But the thing was, it was a creative writing. It was a collaborative writing and theater program. So they would improvise insults and then they go make them better. But they didn't make it better the next week or the next day. It was like the next hour. Oh God, because they knew I lived abroad, so they'd say things like, oh, that's so hard. We conspired to report you as a felon overseas. Co-drafted, revised, bulletins to port authorities. Also, there'd be no more lemon parties. That's what we thought about. Oh, God. Big, sexy robot man murders the past to save the future with bullets. It's a well-known classic of American cinema. Everyone knows that film. Everyone loves that film. Even I've seen it. I don't know your movie house series or television films, but that one I know. Even I know that one. But then the kids, they say, oh, the real title of the film. Look, there's more than one real title of the movie, right? The movies are more than one language. They said the real title of that film was Terminator 2. That's what they said. Big sexy robot man murders the past to save the future with bullets. Sounds nothing like Terminator 2. Nothing. In hindsight though, air cabin chaos. Will it land with venomous vipers filling the aerocraft? Was clearly snakes on a plane. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that now. When you're 8 years old and you're sweating bullets up there, we failed everything else so far. I mean, it was just bad, guys. Just bad. Okay, it's one thing when your best friend in middle school is like, I'm not gonna pick you for any of our sweat, and he looks and he says, you know, I'm not gonna pick you. But this is when, oh God, my friend there, she'd say, Ailica, you know, sorry. You know, I love you like a sister, and my mom loves you like a daughter. And I know we only started driving you to and from these acting classes because we didn't want your grandparents to murder the other children with their reckless drunk driving. And we know everyone drives drunk, but why did they have to do it so recklessly? But I'm gonna go ahead and pick no idea Nancy, same idea Sam. Oh God, this is the worst one. Or just jerk off joke Jerry over you, Ailica. That's what he picked over me for the improv team. Just jerk off joke Jerry. What if he's a nursery again? He's a disaster in the nursery. You can't have over me. I get a good play of words in here and there, but I don't know what the fucking title is. I don't know what it meant. I didn't know it was a movie. I had no idea. I didn't know it was a song. Who knows these things? It's so hard. Oh God, so Matt, I know you got a lot more dirt on me because you called up that the Barter Theater Acting Program in Abingdon, Virginia. There's a lot more you got on me. Here's the thing. I already spent both the dollars I had on that writing prompt I bought for you. I spent both of them on it already. And so here's a bit about, I think a wind tunnel baby. You have to hear it. But anyway, I recommend, I think it's Matt fucking Cook on Insta, something like that. Yeah, you can find him. He's a regular performer here in Columbus. Anyway, so I bought him a little wind tunnel man. It's a tabletop guy. And I bought it as a writing prompt for him. I also hoped he put it out when a man was yelling at me in the audience, so I had so much irritating on, but he wouldn't do it. So he's clearly showing me now that he won't be appeased with both the dollars I had. It wasn't enough. So I made a list of things. Well, I started with making a list of things I'm best at, but I realized that best would imply that I was good at other things, so really just a list of things I'm good at. So I'm interacting with the microphone. I'm good being a writing assistant. Instructor. Yeah, that's right. I could help anyone learn to write better, but I don't wanna. It's too hard. It's too hard. A lot of people need a lot of help to write better. But Matt, you're an excellent writer. I can help you without that. It's the only thing I can offer. You'll note that I started out by putting I'm really good at losing stuff, but I had to have some careful reflection on that one, some careful self-reflection. That is asterisked off the list. For PEDs, that's performance-enhancing drugs with the marijuana there, but also performance-enhancing deficits, being bad at finding. Yes. Oh, shoot. I keep doing this. Why? It's such a serious breach of comedy ethics. You're never supposed to use another comedian's jokes in your act, right? But Erica Kirk is a woman with KKK right in the name. Oh, yeah. She wrote that joke, though. Erica Kirk wrote that joke. I didn't, so I can't take any credit for it. I once got heckled while doing this joke, and a man yelled at me, "I'd rather see Erica Kirk up there than you." Well, that's low-hanging fruit. We all know she's a much prettier version of White Lady than I am. You think I masturbate to women who look like me? Come on. I'm not an idiot. But here's the thing. I can't wear makeup because I'm terribly allergic to corn. It's not a good look when your eyes are swollen shut and you'll be blown up in the end. This is not a good first date look. But she has PEDs too. She has performance-enhancing draw-ons, or what you call makeup. So think about that when you're rating beauty.